Actually, what I think I'm going to do, I just started playing 18 New England. I got through the first 3 operating rounds or so, and I've been fucking up royally. So I'm going to put this in as, I don't know, bloopers or something like that. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to keep the stock round stuff and put that in the main video. And then I'll just like ignore all the shit that I did here and restart trying to play the same way with the same starting situation. I think that'll work a little bit better. And if I'm really clever, I'll get this part of the video to be the first part of the video. So what you're seeing right now, it's coming up before I post my playthrough. Part of the stuff that I did for the beginning is not present here. You're looking at me fucking up a game of 18 New England for the first couple of operating rounds. The company had to spend $100 to buy a 2-train. That eats up all the 2 trains. That means 3 trains are available. Corporations can't be started until somebody buys a 3-train. None of these companies is in a position to be able to buy one anytime soon. Stock values aren't going to increase. People are just going to be collecting up cash. All right, so let's take a look at the first one. The BL goes. Well, awesome. I'm linked up. Not so awesome. I can't do anything because of it. I'm running a 2-train for 40 a share. By the way, I was wrong. There's only 2 counters per. I don't know what I saw. 2 that looked alike. I've got the access over here. There's a whole bag of additional white counters. I don't know if there's 15 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 now. That came with it in case, I guess, you mess up stickering, but there weren't extra stickers, which is the more likely thing you'll fuck up. Anyway, so the BL is going to produce $40, and it must pay out 20 and 20. And we find the BL. It's over here. And we just pay it out, and boom, it's over. Technically, I would like to flip those over, but it doesn't really do anything. So the CV's up next. CV is in the Hartford New Haven set. I think I'd like to go to Pittsfield. Offboard dots are a weird thing. They show up in 1870, I know, and some other games. But yeah, I assume I can build out of it, otherwise there's nothing I can do. And where do I want to go? Well, I don't know. What is my other company? Hartford and New Haven. It really doesn't make much difference. These are all curved. Where the... Are all cities curved? Whoa! So there's no straight or sharp cities on yellow. How odd. Okay, well, we want to go that way then. I can actually lay 2 tracks. CV has enough money to lay another track. So we'll do that. And that'll work. That gets me heading down towards where I'm heading. But I only have a run of 50, so 25 and 25 for the Connecticut Valley. I don't think there's anything too exciting in what's going on. Well, let's play through the rest of them. Might as well. The early parts of the game are always really intriguing to me. The NYNH. I want to get to New York. Well, this is my way to New York. Unfortunately, I'm going to be building a lot of track that I'm not going to be able to use until green comes out and I can hook things up. So I'd love to get another train. This doesn't cost me anything though. So, and we have to build a curved city even though we want to go perfectly straight. Weird. Oh, we could go this way. That gives us straight. We go out on the ferry there or whatever. And that's going to get me a run of 40, which is as good as... Who was getting... Somebody was getting 40. Guess not. 40 is pretty shitty. Bad start, man. That gets me 20 and 20. Somebody have 40? I seem to remember doing a 40. Like him. Connecticut Valley, but that should have been 50. I don't know. Don't know. All right. I'm on the WNR. Again, this Fitchburg is appealing, and I probably want to go there, but I would actually like to connect to Providence. WNR has some cash on it. I could just hook right up into Providence, actually. I have 20 bucks, I can do that. So, curve down, curve over. The problem with this, of course, is that I'm using up cash that I would like to have for another rail, but I'm making more money by doing that. Not just for me, but for the company. So the company will be able to buy a train more quickly if I spend a little bit. This is really annoying. I'm going to grab a token. Keep track of who went last and just keep moving. NLN. What's he own? He owns the Minnehaha. He doesn't really care. He's probably not going to get up to Hartford, so New London direction it is. Which means... And I think we could go that way, but we don't want to. We want to go that way. That's going to create a 20 and 20. Put 25 here. And 20 here. And yeah, I should have probably mentioned this before, but my money's ones, fives, 25s, hundreds, 500s. The reason I do that, I know a lot of people want to go 1, 5, 10, 100 or something like that. Well, there aren't a lot of greens, and as 25s, I only need 4 of them to make a blue, which means they become the least least used of the chips in a lot of ways. So it works out really, really well. I find any other denomination is troubling, to tell you the truth. Plus, by making these 25s instead of 10s or 20s, means that I actually have a little bit more cash in my bank overall. So yeah, maybe I have to withdraw more in a game like this, but there are some games where I actually need more than 12,000. Looks like it's battery change time again. Let's do the PE and then we'll switch. He has a few bucks. He's trying to connect up to his AWS, but he cares less about that than getting to New York. The problem is NLN's going to beat me to New York. That sucks, because I don't have 40 bucks. I also can't go straight down because I need to hit that. So we'll put this. We're not going to lose that hex, I think. We make a shitty run of 15. For each. There's this here. All right, I guess I'll keep going. Granted, nothing to play, nothing to do. 20 and 20. That's a pretty shitty railway. Anything that doesn't have opportunities to build. This is a little better, but like, how soon before we get the 3 trains? It's going to be a while. Amazon Web Services here. Huh. I don't know. What do Y's look like in green? Y's are Special K's in Bird's Foot. I think either one will work. So what I'm thinking here is I may not want to hook up to Poughkeepsie. I don't know that it terribly helps me. Like, if I'm running a 3 train, it's great. But then where does my 2 train come? It's got to come out of this way. I don't know. It really doesn't make much difference, does it? Why did I build to the river? What am I, stupid? Let me take this back. Wouldn't normally cheat this way, but I'm really not happy with the way I did that. That makes no sense at all. Okay, so yeah, let's do the connection there. And you don't have to pay anything extra to put your double track lay. Some of the games require you to pay extra for it. And that's going to get me a shitty 20 and 20. So there we go. That puts us to the emergency room. Another doinker who's stuck at 20 and 20. Not a great amount of money. But he has no cash to build track with. And then the H&H is the last one coming out of here. I mean, that's going to be a 20 and 20. There really aren't any options. I just want to go up here through my home to Hartford, no cost. And that will be 20 and 20 there as well. Make sure everything looks reasonable, which it does. That was the first operating round. There will not be a merger round yet. We're not in round 3. So we go to the second operating round. I'll switch batteries, and I'll run through that, probably without videoing as much. Run into a problem. I'm supposed to have 8 small white par value tokens. I got 8 discs here. I don't see stickers. These are all empty. These are all blanks. I got a 9th one here, actually. These are supposed to have the major company value on them. Now, if I look at the company track, what do I have? I have 3 tokens. I think these were, I bet you I misstickered them. 3 tokens, because I had an extra of each color. 3 tokens plus earnings value. I'm going to have to use those as the par markers. I should have had the company markers on these suckers. They don't give you extra stickers, which, you know, I guess maybe the thought is maybe some of the wood cylinders are malformed or something. That happens fairly often. These seem fine. Oops. That would actually help distinguish what is the par. 40 large major, 5 for each company. Yeah. So I used 6 for each company. Oops. feel like Rick Perry here. I've started making my runs, such as they are. I gotta say one thing. It is so much more pleasant down here. It's like, I don't know. Up in the loft is horrible, but anything above ground is kind of icky. And then on top of that, it's so much more pleasant not to be playing the hideous Gettysburg thing I'm playing. Shit. I done screwed up. Okay. So the Quincy tile upgrades to a yellow city tile. The Salem hex upgrades to a small city. Lowell upgrades to a green city fine. Springfield upgrades to green. I can't do the greens, but I could have done Quincy. Did I want to? Is the question. I think the answer is yes. I don't want that boinker right there. So if I do this, I can then reach Woonsocket. Now this is what I was looking up, actually. I was looking here. I'm out of Doinker towns, and I want to make sure that it's not just the yellow straight untowned pieces that I'm allowed to replace. And that's what I was looking for. And I'm not sure where I can find that anymore. I was looking in components, which gives 164 tiles. Great. I was going to go upstairs and grab myself. I have, I think, counters that were replaced in one of the GMT games, and the tiles, and they, I think, are the right size for this game. Done fuck up. Nobody's allowed to play 2 pieces per turn. Okay, so let's work our way back. I don't know. I don't know what happens here. PE went after him. He would have played these 2. Okay, so there's one of them if I needed it. Would PE had to go there for its. So it's fine. I don't have to worry about what it did. Let's look at who went twice. BL went twice. Lowell turns into a green city. So Lowell is actually a block. I'm stuck with that. CV wouldn't have gotten these down. Okay. Minnehaha got its second play. WNR. Okay, WNR would not have been able to set up what they did. I probably wanted to make a run. So I made 30. And I get some money back. God damn it. This is fucking annoying. I get 20 bucks back for not laying this track. And I make 15 and 15 instead of 25 and 25. So we each owe 10 bucks. There's my 10. There's this is 10. Which is kind of shitty, but okay. NLN would not have made it here. They will, but PE I already did. GR, I laid its single track. AWS, why does it only have 1 track? I must have already removed it. ER, Salem. Salem can upgrade to a yellow small city. Well, hell, I would have done that. I didn't realize. I don't know about that. This is a problem. Number 3. There's other cities. Not in my set. Small city. Okay, so I would have done that. Small city. Town to me. Doinker. Okay. That was ER. HNH, I could get to there. So everything there is fine at this point. I think I'm all caught up. And WNR is now going to start setting up so that I can make that nicer run there. But it's going to take me longer to get there. Yeah, small companies lay, a major company can lay 1 or 2 yellow tiles. And then way down, minor companies can only lay 1 yellow tile per turn or upgrade. That's actually pretty common, but like I said, I get distracted by the red text. The GR had to forego its run, so I backed their money up and got rid of it. I don't know, whether or not I'm doing things at all right, but this guy's making shit for money now, comparatively. So I was right in not grabbing a tile. Here's the rule. The supplied quantity of plain yellow track tiles, 7, 8, and 9, that's these guys, not the little towns and whatnot, is unlimited. And what that means and anything else is limiting play. Another thing that I find unrealistic about 18xx is that the tile supply is limited. Some people play options in certain games. Some games actually allow for it as some kind of official option to just say you have unlimited tiles. It ends up being a gameplay mechanism where you starve people out. So this guy went here, well, he built to be able to get out and make more money, but now there are no wide curved towns left. So I can't play that. Now, there are things I can do about it. I could go straight across to here in the hopes of connecting it up later. There are upgrades for the town hexes. I don't know what my best choice is. I'm tempted to do this and head up towards Boston because it's more valuable. And then, I don't know, But that means that I can finally collect money on the granite. I had taken that money away. And I hope with all this juggling that I'm okay. But that's the one railroad that's doing really poorly cash-wise. And this is the one player who's doing really poorly cash-wise because he had one of the shittiest runs. And he went from a really good run to a really shitty run. So we shot through that second operating round after a little hitch. And you can see, except for the one guy who's kind of behind, everybody's over $100. 130 is our highest, 110. Over here we're looking at 85. He's in really bad shape. 2 companies that were really hindered, but they may not remain that way. Cape Cod's down here with a big 40, which will start making me 30 and 30. This is going to hook up at a 25 and 25, so he's going to have 2 of the better runs in the game very shortly and make up some of that ground. And that ground's going to take a long time to make up. If we look at the companies, the biggest is the Boston and Lowell sitting on $80. That's this one here because he hasn't been able to lay any track or anything. He started at a high value and is making good money. So yeah, that's a pretty good company out of the box. Was not a bad choice. But $80, I'm still 100 away, right? It's going to take me like 3 more operating rounds to get enough cash to buy a 3 train. Will somebody else be able to make it quicker? Maybe. I don't know. But the game's going to have a very, very slow start with the 1 tile per turn placements, which to me are common and standard, but it's weird just because I don't know. I don't know if he has the whale or not. Priority was not set in that first stock round, was it? Give priority to the person with the most cash remaining. Ah, fuck. Well, I don't know what that was. Okay, but we can figure it out. He paid 120. He paid 120. God. He paid 115. He's got the lead so far. $120. I think. $125. Okay, so priority's over here. He's the guy who paid the least. Am I right? 55, 115. Yeah, and he's the guy who like chose to pay 60 for something, I think, for no apparent reason, and to take the second spot on it. He's not too swift, but he got himself the whale from doing it. Okay, yeah. So that puts us on the stock round. There is nothing anybody can do in the stock round. If somebody hadn't bought one of these and there was one relinquished or something, somebody could grab it in the stock round, whoever has priority or whatever. And in fact, if you know you're going to get priority, which you almost certainly will, you could, you can, so if you didn't buy something, if you were the last player and you chose not to buy your last company, you could pretty much guarantee you're going to get priority and get the option to buy it. But why? Yeah, you're giving up priority for that, for not having the company for a turn. I can't imagine what the value of that is. Money's not worth anything at this point. It's just stuff I'm collecting up until the game starts. The game doesn't really start until the major corporations come into play. We're just diddling around in a way that probably is just book, right? Like, there's just something you want to do with each of these companies. Maybe there's synergy in some cases. Oh, Jesus, he's fucking himself over. What the hell? But I'm okay with it. I mean, until the greens come out, they can't do anything for each other, right? So, and there are greens that allow me to get into Providence and into the Worcester line. All right, we're gonna call that a day for this one. I'm probably not back down until tomorrow during the daylight hours, and we're gonna play this instead of Gettysburg. Whatever, I'm playing Summer Storm. It was kind of cool to be doing it, during the days of the battle, I guess. But I've gotten through one day, the day before Gettysburg, and it's really kind of not my type of system at all. After a bit of a rocky start in a game that really, like, again, I said it probably has a book for most of these companies. I mean, I don't know how much people play it, but it seems like there isn't a lot of choice. But yeah, I managed to screw it up. Nothing to do in the stock round. Feels weird as hell to me. It's like Yeah, you know, I'm used to being able to pick up a share or something. It doesn't feel like the game started yet. I think I'm screwing something else up too. I think I screwed up the Boston Lowell run. That's not what it's supposed to be. It's Boston to Wilmington, damn it. I should only be making 40 a round. I did it this time. But it means last round, instead of making 50, I should have made 40, which means $5 less. Right? Yeah. $5 less. Because that's the $10 out of the Boston. I think I just took that off the Eastern, didn't I? Because this was exactly at 100. And, you know, I'm so worried I'm fucking things up and screwing up the amounts and whatnot, but those things happen. I'm just having fun playing an XX finally. Oh wow, Syracuse. Can't go in there. Which makes sense. The only entry is through Albany, and Albany is yellow and can't upgrade, so no need for there to be a number. The Worcester line pays to connect Providence, and I'm up to 165. I should have enough to buy a 3 train next run. Not that bad. It still feels funny, you know, to just be running minors. You know, I think I've fucked up enough because I'm seeing there's no money here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to load this up as a failed start, and I'm going to start the game all over with the same purchase setup. Okay? Because I think I did okay up until when I started running the companies, and then I've just been fucking everything up. So I'll load this up, and then, yeah, get to that. Right now, Raid is down, so I can't play it for like a half hour, but it takes about that long for me to process a video. Even in the limited fashion that I do. You know, I have to be... There's people... First of all, the people who actually really do YouTube, right? They don't do it on their own. You know? What they do is... They have a... Like, there's this one guy I watch who has a script writer, or actually has a whole stable of script writers, and reads the script online. He has somebody who does the editing, puts it all together, and throws some crap in it. All kind of shit like that. Now, that's sort of at the highest end in terms of, you know, what people are doing, but I don't know, at some ends people have like somebody videoing them and stuff like that, but that's more for active stuff. But this is somebody just reading scripts, and it's like, I don't know, I feel like the scripts are really good. I enjoy this guy's voice and his interactions and whatnot, so I'm okay with that. I watch another one where, like, the guy writes his own scripts and does stuff. But I don't know. Somehow scripted stuff just bothers me, even if that's what I watch. You know, at the very least, this is stuff that requires research and things like that. So, yeah, at least there's that side of it. All right, we're gonna load this up as a failed one because we can't let any video footage go unused to some extent or another. And yeah, it just gives you an idea of, I don't know what, you know, the difficulty I'm having with playing XX after being away from it for quite a while, really. Just, you know, it kind of gives clues to people who are like, how come you can play it relatively smoothly and all that with so many different groups? Well, yeah, it's apparently not as easy as I usually feel it is. All right, so we'll reset and restart, and I'll try to intro what happened, and I'll point people to this video for that first part.